runs it down sometimes. As we've seen, I believe last week, didn't exactly have the greatest performance on the Alistar. But I think, you know, especially all of the old heads out there, they remember that Beryl was very good at this champion.
From Nongshim, some games, some DNF, some other teams aren't doing as well. That does also, there's the caveat that, okay, well, if our weaker teams are prioritizing it, what does that say? But I feel like our stronger, like, you're not going to let Faker or Chobi get his eater, is what I'm saying.
Oh, they're looking for Beryl. They'll find him there as well. Wind becomes lightning, but the headbutt to get out of the way. Still, it's first blood that goes over to Raptor. And playing around this bottom lane has been the aim of the game, and they have succeeded. And Raptor wrapping around. Oh, no. Shu is going to see the Xin Zhao coming in, as there's the equalizer, but it's a great exhaust to make sure that she is probably going to have to use his flash. There it is, Wind becomes lightning. Some more needlework is going to come on through there, and in fact wasn't even necessary as Clear locks down another one. Down as Kellen is moving over here. Looks like it is just going to be DK that will be able to collect this. Do have Grubs coming up in under a minute. And so it might be, you know, the potential double dragon angle. Very cool. I liked that conversation that we had over the last couple of days.
Competitive League of Legends that have really made it better. Second place Fearless Draft, first place Tempo vibes.
Oh yeah.
100%.
That's how it works. As BNK should be able to get their first objective feat of strength here by taking a couple of grubs. DK used that vision control that they had just to steal one of them away. He is sweeping his way up towards this Rift Scuttler. Blue's just going to immediately come over, try and bully him out here. There's a nice knock-up. Permafrost comes in as Showmaker might be able to get enough damage as the Crescent Guard does come on through. Wind becomes lightning. It's a lot of damage onto Showmaker, and he just cleans it up. Vikla looks for the angle. The flash out from Showmaker gets him over the wall, and now Clear could be in trouble as well. The Permafrost comes down. The Harpoons connect, and Shu picks one up, and DK right back in it. Still, BNK have started it up. Beryl and Aiming moving in. We do have a Sejuani on her way. The ulti from Kellen goes completely wide though, and Lucid just walks on over. Beryl manages to pick it up because he just collects himself a smite. Now the equalizer is cooking all of them still. But Aiming currently just parked here in mid. Lucid looking to try and lock this one down, but does have Raptor hot on his heels. Inside track there for Showmaker though, does get control of that wave quite nicely.
Bringing the Gwen in.
Yeah, teleport to come on forward as Aiming gets slowed down. Winter's Bite will connect as Showmaker goes over the wall. Piercing Arrow does a lot of work as the culling comes down, and Beryl flashes on top of the Gwen, delivers her to the backline. That's almost a bad idea, but still Clear is going to get taken down. The equalizer, great position, still a flash out from Showmaker as Vikla tries to get on top of him, but he leaves Raptor to the wolves! Or the Raptors, I guess, because that's the pit that he's in. Still, they're all just, in the death chamber. That is 3 on the floor for BNK, and they are falling apart.
We've had so many Sundered Sky junglers who are very hard to kill because they get that healing back. It's just an honest, I am very tanky jungler right now.
Yeah, well, Emperor's Divide going to come on through there, and Showmaker just gets himself out of the way as Beryl looks for that trample stun. Kellen holds the door, but can he keep himself alive? The answer is yes, but he leaves his 80 carry for the Wolves. Aiming picks up the kill, but now he's in trouble. The headbutt, the heroism here from Beryl is not enough to save Aiming, who is well and truly in the wrong spot. 1 for 1 as both 80 carries lying on the floor. Vikla now moving up, but they leave Showmaker in this bottom lane, and he might be able to take this turret. Let's just see. Feats of strength already over to DK as they did lock down that kill, and that's a teleport in. Man, they really want to kill Showmaker. They have wanted to kill him for a very long time. Vikla doesn't have ult. Kellen's going to come on over and try and lock this guy down. Maybe they could get it. The answer is yes, but still, that is a lot invested to take down this Yone.
Hanging around though, if they get a steal here, this would be an absolute travesty.
Well, Rift Herald is just going to have a swim. As we can see here, Shia moving on over, but Diablo gets on top of him. Aiming has turned back up. Flash out from Shia, but the flash over from Diablo. It's almost suicidal, but I think it may just work. The headbutt, the pulverize onto 4, but there's no one there to do damage. And DK, they say if you guys can throw a lead, so can we.
This is what we need to do. Get the Braum passive down and just go in. The Lucian leads the charge. It's a little bit scrappy, it's a little bit messy, but that's Rise Group. They're going to get the Dragon and a big influx of gold, and BNK FearX are back in control.
That's the kind of play we're looking for. Is Lucid just starting this up?
Oh, they Yeah, I mean, this is the Rise group special. They will get Victor's TP at a minimum. Let's see how far they're willing to go, though. Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Clear could be in a lot of trouble as the exhaust does come down. Pulverize connects onto Clear, but you can see Sheep is dead, and he gets it in the 1v4. Finally, he does go down, but a 1-for-1, that's not what DK were looking for, because Vickler is just taking an inner turret here on this top side of the map. And DK get nothing but the scraps.
Massive ults from D+. On the back of that play, just trusting his mechanics. No cleanse, just outplays.
Well, there's the knock-up onto Kellen, and he's just exploded. When Showmaker does decide to do stuff, it looks real good.
Yeah, I was talking so positively. I'm like, oh, BNK Fearx in a great position. Their support gets exploded. Oh!
Vickler finds the flash onto two of them. Great headbutt to try and taxi barrel out, but he's so incredibly low. That's a brilliant Zhonya's there from Vickler to avoid the Glacial Prison, and Lucid has to flash to get himself out of the way once again. Clear is fighting a difficult fight. Will be able to take one, but Xiu this time is going to punish him. And Diablo looking to try and take another one down as Xiu in no man's land. And Showmaker going to get flashed on there by Raptor. Does have to flash himself away. And it's only Showmaker left standing. DK in turmoil right now.
Considering how this fight started with Kellen getting exploded, BNK Fearx finding so much out of it, and I think the fact that they didn't have the equalizer, didn't have the ult from the Varus.
Unfortunately.
Oh, they are starting this.
Okay.
BNK Fearx will find it, but what's the help?
Beryl looking for a bit of an angle as the equalizer goes down there as well. Vickler diving towards Xiu, but he may have dove too far as Showmaker snaps himself back. Mid laner for support though, decent trade here for DK.
There's no
as
towers
Raptor
here.
and Kellen looking for an angle. Teleport back available here for Xiu as well, who can recharge that health bar, aiming with the cleanse, but still going to get slowed down. Crescent Guard, that allows DK to disengage. And there is a teleport back in. Clear once again closing the gap to exhaust down onto Showmaker, and Clear is just a man possessed in this game. This guy is a monster. Why the hell did you pick the Rumble and not the Gwen?
Highest damage target, shut him down with the exhaust, and just survive on blinking health bar to make the play. He's getting so much value from it. There was Showmaker, and it allowed him to make the play happen when it honestly seemed like a bit of a suicide mission.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of sustain from that as well. Second dragon going to be picked up from BNK Fearx here, and now a substantial lead. They're just going to go straight towards Sadaka, and B+ are nowhere near right now to contesting this.
That's 3 objectives in a row picked up here for B&K. Baron power play not exactly massive, but they already had a 5,000 gold lead. This is pretty huge. This game has very quickly slipped away from DK. They came up to a waterfall, and it wasn't one of the ones that the Salmon can actually get up, unfortunately.
Never can count a team out, and it goes both ways, you know?
Yes.
You've always got to watch out for these teams in a winning position, because things can always get a little bit scrappy, a little bit crazy, a little bit goofy, but right now, in a good position. There's a lot of engage on D+. It's the zoning.
Sometimes you want to press R, and guess what? Kellen pressed R. Okay, Raptor tanking up the turret for a very long time. Kellen there as well. He just gives it the door, and Diablo does eventually take that one down. Still, Showmaker took the outer on top side.
I feel like sometimes teams get really flustered when Dragon and like Baron are up at the same time, and they heavily lean one side. I do think BNK Fearx have so much control they can kind of do this, but just setting the 80 carry down, pick up the Dragon, maintain control around Baron, 100% the correct move. And now they've secured that. They can move up here. Clear might be in trouble though.
Yeah, there's the knock-up, connects onto the Gwen as the exhaust is going to be put on cooldown. That could be a big deal, and in fact, he's just dead. Lucid collects it just as the snapback was coming on through. That is a huge pickup here for DK. For Beryl to try and get himself back in, as there is the flash to try and lock down Xiu. Can he get the equalizer down? The answer's no, but the Baron just goes over to DK. They're happy to collect that. Now 4 versus 4 on the Rift. Purple buffs secured. And I love that. Use Xiu and manage to get yourself a Baron against the flow of play. Headbutt back from the Pigeon is okay. That's a decent amount of damage to come on through there. On to Raptor as aiming gets himself into a better position, but the cow's still going to go down. I think if Lucid can get himself out, it might be all right, but he does not make it, and that is a double for Diablo. I could have sworn the DK might have been able to make their way out of there, but instead, it's a great wraparound here for Raptor to make sure that they take away 2 of these Barons.
Clutch, they take away a lot of Barons, and
Showmaker trying to get some damage onto Raptor here, but it looks like it will be this inhibitor to go down. Equalizer coming on through there as Clear once again back in the fray. And Shiu could just be dead here. Raptor almost destroyed his aiming, not going to be able to cleanse that. That is just death. And with this inhibitor going down as well, it's only Showmaker and Beryl left alive, desperately trying to defend their base. It's almost a negative 2,000 gold Rebel Baron power play. Oh, these Salmon just cannot get anywhere near up this waterfall as B&K are going to take away the second inhib and looking to finish off this first game against D+ Kia. The Pulverize not going to connect there onto Vikla, finds him, goes golden, and down goes Showmaker. They collect their target. There's the culling as well, and oh my goodness, B&K, such dominance here in the early game. We'll skip the bit in the middle, and that late game was just beautiful.
Straightforward, pretty almost vanilla. It's just we go forwards, we go aggressive.
Yep.
I'm a little concerned though into D+. There's so much DPS, there's so much AoE, there's so much cleave. I just feel like we have players where there's just specific champions where it's like they're exceptions. You know, no matter how nerfed or weak the champion is, it doesn't really matter. Keen Sante, Shiwan Bessa.
Showmaker gets the phase rush. There's the flash forward, and the Q's enough! Takes down the Ari. I think that was a caster minion hit. Side the grubs on the minds of B&K. Shiu and Clear fighting aggressively here. There's the crash down as Lucid gets the kickback. Special delivery as Aiming grabs his first kill of the game. And B&K, I don't think they're contesting this now.
Yeah, well, firstly, the croc wasn't there. But also, that really did not go how B&K FearX wanted, and Lucy just slides in with a slick kick, delivers a kill to his AD carry. And, you know, he won the Gold King this week, well, last week, but might be being set up for it again.
Terribly. That is a lot invested from DK, and I think you're pretty happy as B&K to just get out utilizing that flash, even if DK didn't need to use any.
Yeah, a little scary, that Crocodile is, but to be fair, you know, ult flash used, he gets out, but then just throwing a charm out. Oh,
so just stealing it away. That's very frustrating. Still has kick if they do want to disengage. Gets the kick flash though, delivers it over to Showmaker. One more auto would have been enough, but there's the Yunara picking up the kill. The snare connects onto Diablo, has to cleanse and flash. Now Kellen is going in. There are 4 people here, but now the Croc is going to show up. And Lucid dashes on over, but he's so slippery, and B&K, they're just dizzy right now.
Okay, they got one out. They got one safe. Raptor's coming over.
Oh dear, well, Raptor is going to come on through. There is Beryl just dead. That was the real one. I was assuming that was definitely a clone because he was just doing nothing, but I think he just knew he was dead.
You can, it's a Gromp.
Yeah.
It's not that deep, guys. Just let the Gromp go. And they lost so much more because they couldn't let the Gromp go.
Well, now they might be letting the Ambessa go, as the flash does have to be used there by Shiu. Aiming, in the meantime, is playing PvE League of Legends. This is the single target version, the single player version that we've been asking for. You know, it's not the fact that Pays was playing.
Well, that's two factors, but the 3 builds have either been, seen a 5-star.
Yeah, he doesn't have flash, guys. He is very dead.
Yeah, the 3-star names has been like Yuntal, Kraken, or Blade have kind of been the popular 3.
All right. And so Hextech, just one of them going on over. I feel a Cloud Silver. It's got to be, right? Oh, Ocean, not the best.
It was raining today quite heavily.
It was. It was.
I'm convinced.
Player mastery is a thing, guys, as Lucid is just going to kick Diablo to his death. Showmaker collects that one. Just realm warps his way underneath this turret. That gets taken down as Vikla. That is not where you want to be teleporting to, my friend. And that is a killing spree for the Yunara. Aiming is just being delivered money. Exhaust going to be employed here onto Beryl. There is a blast cone though. That delivers a crocodile towards the Nico. Doesn't land the snare, but he just gets himself out. No flash required. Did have to heal. And B&K, some bounty money to be collected here on this top side. Their first turret of the game. And in fact, the only thing outside of those 2 kills that they've been able to get is that 1 Chemtech Dragon. So this is meaningful, increasing their objective take by double.
They got something, you know, it's a small consolation prize. What will they lose for? Because they lose that bot lane tier 2.
In a tier 2.
Yeah, probably going to lose that too, unless they're looking to make a play.
Yeah, Raptor coming on over, aiming in melee range with a Trundle doesn't feel... Oh, never mind, it feels fantastic. Lucid now coming on over, there's the flash forward. popBlossom collects the two of them, is aiming now, free hitting! And he gets dove on top of. That's Vickler locking down that kill, and Beryl is dead at the same time. Clear likely to be taken down, and now Lucid has to flash, and Showmaker needs to get this damage down as she with the public execution, but it's not where it wants to be, and Showmaker just dead on the back end of the fight. Lucid now having to run away, and BNK, there is so much to get. They've got bounty gold, there's an Otacon available. They may have just found their way back into this game. There's the flash charm, and down goes Lucid. Nothing he can do about it. That is a gorgeous little leash into this Otacon play.
What a gold swing in favor. BNK Fear Rex should be able to get this and the dragon up the back of it. A huge misplay by the bot lane of D plus an overstep that's punished. And this is what this composition does best. You engage, you go forward, you see target, you kill target, and boy did they see targets. Be able to pick this up as well.
Yeah, Beryl not going to be able to steal that one away, as Raptor will be able to secure the first Ocean Dragon of the game. Showmaker coming in, trying to make the best of a bad situation, but I think it's just going to remain a bad situation. Never mind, we are realm warping to try and get on top of Diablo. Still, the turret does go down. Is that a clash of the tempo vibes? Maybe the tempo vibes have just elected to not really be here. Maybe this is true chaos reigning on the Rift right now. No tempo vibes to really let us work out who's going to be winning. As clear DK.
Yes, I think that's what we were met with. Oh, clear?
Not sure what we're doing here. He gets rune prisoned and is now very, very low. Has to use the ulti. popBlossom collects too. They need to protect the president though. It's aiming. Oh, public execution! Catches Kellen! This is what this comp does. Just isolates a target, destroys them. And DK back on the horse.
Showmaker or aiming, explode them, and then immediately start moving on to the next one. There can't be really any hesitation.
Well, Hugh might be in a little bit of trouble. Does have to flash as Clear is coming in. They had no idea, and just pop goes the Ambassador. Flash Magnustorm comes through as the exhaust is down onto aiming, but it's a fantastic re-engage. Beryl still likely to fall down though, and there is the Realm Warp to get them to safety. Still 2 for 1. It is great for B&K. They're running straight to this Baron.
Big takeaways. Diablo saved his ult there, didn't go in. Still has it for this following fight. But it's still Showmaker and aiming alive who are very threatening. It's a 3v4. I think they still go for the contest. Vickler's on an angle, but he's been spotted.
Yep, they spot him out. Over Deception doesn't quite go in here as Lucid. Very scary. There's the flash out of the way of the charm. And Showmaker trying to come on through. There is Clear diving on top of aiming. The pillar goes down. It's beautifully placed. But still, Showmaker is so dangerous. Diablo, Supercharger comes through, and Showmaker is just being kited and destroyed. They get the Baron and they win the fight. That's a 4.5k Rebel Baron power play. That is high value. And that's only going to extend. It's still got a minute 20 left on that clock. As, yeah, DK, they had this game in the bag. Not anymore. This was going to be 3 games. That would have been so far.
Yep.
Don't get it. Still, not over till it's over. The base hasn't been destroyed yet.
Is a bit of a trough.
Yeah. Well, Realm Warp is just going to deliver some minions to this inhibitor turret.
Wait a second. Backdoor, guys. You can't. You have Baron. Just there's no way this can't happen again. We've had too many of these.
Well, I mean, he's likely to, he can get this turret if he sticks around. And there it is. So Showmaker just takes an inhibitor turret.
Because they're pretty glass cannon. Ryze is bulky, but he hasn't got any true defensive items. Aiming. Oh, only has a hex string. Grab that damage.
What do we, okay, well, Vickler is going to dive forward. Doesn't find the charm as Lucid trying to get out of there. He's so low. Killer Instinct comes down and they manage to take him. There's the 5-man popBlossom, but followed up with an absolutely beautiful Magnet Storm. And B&K are just saying, nah, it's not about the objectives. We heard from Orcs that you're supposed to kill Nexuses. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Or is it Nexi? They're going to kill some Nexi. This is the second one. And it's a 2-0. Wolf knew. The only one of us that knew and now has another customer for his pizza, which I think you should just buy it anyway because it's delicious. I think I've still got one in my freezer.
I think the Aphelios Nautilus is a good pickup into what has been taken. a lot of team fighting power for KT. I am just a little bit concerned about what we've seen Viper be able to do in general. I'm sure there's an actual word for it. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, maybe it's still an alliteration.
No, it isn't. I'm sure there's a specific word for when it sounds like it. It's
Chat,
an actual thing.
Is it a thing? Let us know. Viper is taking a little bit of damage here. That is going to be because securing the dragon. Peanut still just milling about on this top side. A bunch of these chakrams built up.
They can't
be able to take this one down.
Contest this. I feel like KT could just get all three.
Well, Peanut is going to at least move in. There's the wall being put down as Viper could be in a little bit of trouble. Delight's running the wrong way. Only level 5 as BDD flashes. Teleport in though from Zeus as Delight is down solo. First blood goes to Doctom. Equalizer goes to Narnia though, and that means that now Viper is able to get one back. Way gonna be the next one, and it's a double kill for the Yunara. It is an absolute disaster. After it looked great for KT, it then wasn't.
All that gold onto Viper, such a big boon. He just hit level 6 before that fight started and able to get so much damage down. This is the first time we've had an idea not approved, so that means they love tempo vibes.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. So do KT as they take themselves a double dragon here. There's the exhaust onto Peanut. Double knockups come through his way. Welcome back to the LCK, my friend, but they are going to be able to trade for Delight as well. Zeka now looking for a rune prison, connects it there onto Peanut. Perfect, sorry, who just wants to get out. And they'll be able to do so as BDD just shows them the wall. And says we are done. Hex gates to come through as it's a Hextech Soul this game. Blastcone will be able to get Zeus in here.
Zeus,
there is a turret still available. Yeah, okay. Oh.
This is vibing.
Yep. Wait, just going to be able to hook him up. Connects the anchor there, but the ram is now going to come down. Flashes out of the way as he isn't then able to activate the ultimate, as now Peanut just getting smashed around. Cuz with the ulti, able to keep himself alive as Doctom walking back into the fray. Seismic Shove is so good as both of the supports just come back to die again. Every single build, I'm like, are you sure Blade of the Ruin King on an on-hit champion is a good idea? As all right, the ram gonna come on through as, yeah, perfect. You can see that equalizer. That wasn't for the fight. That was to just kill the minions, and it didn't do that.
Pretty good ult from Zeus. I think helps when he doesn't flash it. Okay, I'm sorry, that was hard. But yeah, no, it's good ult. Ease to get in closer range to follow up on it, and they do take out Perfect pretty swiftly. Given more objectives over to KT though, which doesn't feel super great.
Yeah, it will still mean feats of strength likely to go over to HLE, as you can see there. Upgrading some of them shoes. Yeah, as the first turret does go down.
Level up because it upgrades your laser damage. And he doesn't have that yet. The dragon's being started. They're going to have to set up for a fight. I mean, Peanut's flanking.
This is double dragon. The KT has. So this will be sole point as the ram's going to come down. That's a single knock-up. And Zeus is just in amongst it. They're looking to try and take down Doctom, but he is able to stay alive and perfect. Takes out Zeka. Peanut is spinning. For some reason, Lone Dragon, as we were thinking about a Hexgate option, as KT not going to be able to get Cuz in there, and they lose the dragon here as the fight likely split up. As Delight, you could see it, he really wanted to turn, but instead HLE, they'll take their prize and they will back away. Slight gold advantage, but HLE wrapping around, looking for some angles, and Perfect kind of out in no man's land, a dangerous place to be.
KT making a considered effort for this mid-tier 1.
Yeah,
Viper's just pushing bot. You know, they're trying to lean towards Sadakan, but they might end up losing their mid-tier 1 in return. It's really hard to defend here. I think this is gone.
Yep, that is just going to be taken down. 3 grubs there for KT as well, but Otacon might be the trade. This is going to take a long time to go down, but Zeka can realm warp over if he is caught out. Still, Perfect going to be moving in. They do get the information that this Otacon is going to be taken. Zeus on a decent flank angle as well. They're clearing out as much vision as they possibly can. Now the ram comes in as Delight with the ultimate already popped. The equalizer is down on top of Viper as Peanut and Viper are committing to this Otacon, which will be taken, but Delight is going to be sacrificed. Down goes Zeka as well. It's a double kill for the Aphelios, but they get their prize. And I think what they wanted was Otacon. And look, Gratz are just now going to look to move over towards this Baron to try and trade it, but it's way too slow. As the dragon is already gone, now Wei is moving in, finds an anchor. As the Baron down to 50%, HLE, are you turning or are you burning or are you leaving? And the answer is leaving, so scary. with the fact that, you know, Delight can go in, start fights, Cyclone on top of it. There is, speaking of the Cyclone, but it's on the Cuz, and he's so durable, has the ulti already, the equalizer placement, kind of fantastic, the double shove, connects as Wei flashes over, but then Cuz has to immediately get out. Wei's just on his own, double knockups, gorgeous there from Zeus, and they've taken down 2 already. Dr. trying to do the damage, Viper says, nope, you are not allowed to do that, and HLE destroy 2, and now they'll take the Baron.
Yeah, that'll be enough. Managing to start the engage. It's a little messy, little scrappy, but HLE do enough damage. Vipe in particular is shredding, very scary, and that will earn them the Baron they were going for.
Feels
Eventually
like KT,
the payoff is there.
Yeah, KT just stayed out on the map for too long. I think they probably had a bit of money to spend, and unfortunately, just hadn't reset. It was in fact Zeka's mistake.
Okay, that was funny though. But yeah, Baron on the side of HLE, big advantage, but I think KT being 1 away from Hextech Soul is still a dangerous position. So HLE need to get a lot of this Baron. They are looking for this bot lane tier 2, and a big influx of gold from that.
Yep. It was the top lane outer turret going on over to BDD, so not only does that mean a bit of extra money for KT, but
this Alistar, they're going to be harder targets to shred through. Okay, Dragon being started. HLE, don't let it be a flip.
Yeah,
start the fight earlier, and make sure you get that. Do not let them get Soul.
Well, remember, this is also a Weaver's Wall opportunity for BDD, so he can split up this fight. In goes the Ornn, but Zeus is just getting cooked. The knockup's gorgeous. Wei's going to be traded, but Dr. can he stay alive? The knockup, so good! And they do manage to take him down, but Viper is chasing out Cuz. He gets into melee range, finds the knockup, and now Cuz is just running away. He's back in! The barrier is enough to save him! But my God, that was way closer than it had any right to be, and it's Hextech Soul for KT. I didn't even see it when it happened. It was just chaos. Forgetting.
Yeah, you forgot about the wolves.
Yeah. It was a 2 for 2 as well, I guess. All right, we're walling. There's a side shovel, the bouncy castle. That was very, very cute. Depth charge still up and available here as the equalizer. Delight has to walk the awkward way. Great knockup, speaking of way, but it's even better on the side of Zeus still. Dr. has so many shurikens. Oh my goodness, manages to snipe down the rise, but it's the Viper show in the end, and HLE, just an ace.
I feel like we just saw something we shouldn't. Just a look into what this champion can do. They just destroyed KT, Hextech Soul, who cares? The bounce house came through, and they just kind of melted them. That was disgusting.
What the heck? We need to see the replay. Oh, that's a cheeky ward.
Delight has TP as well. He's coming too.
Yep, double teleports are coming on in here as Delight
there he is,
all the way behind them. But Dr. is at full health. Delight does make his way in. The knockup doesn't hit the Aphelios, but will it even matter? He finds a huge Moonlight Vigil as Peanut gets on top of him, but does go down. But the same can be said for the rest of KT as Dr. was pushed out of the fight, and Viper is too big. It's just going to be taken down, and ultimately I don't think it necessarily means very much what happened there, as Dr. is just kind of put in prison momentarily. Now is well and truly out of the paddock. And BDD is pretty squishy, Cuz down to 50%. They don't know there he is! How comes in, he flashes on top of Dom, and pop goes the Aphelios! The equalizer this time is decently placed, but it does not matter. Viper is still alive, the Realm Warp, he walks out of it. I like that idea, and HLE, it has been a masterclass in how to be better in team fights every single time. And yeah, 8-0-12. Need more years, Aphelios, I'm sorry, buddy.
I mean, Delight just finding these crazy angles. First time with the TP, this time just coming out of base with the Hex Gates, finding this angle to jump Dr. taking him out of the fight, and now perfect. This underfed Rumble, there's nothing you can do, buddy.
Yeah, well, Ram is...
Oh,
all right, well, HLE going to take down the Nexus. There is game number 1. Hextech Soul be damned.
That is the goal for HLE in the 5v5. For KT, I feel like the bot lane matchup in particular, you're going to have a sizable advantage. If you can really put the pain on Viper and Delight, that momentum can carry you forwards.
Tempo vibes.
Yeah.
Lying on the other side.
I mean, any situation where...
Barrier is going to get popped here. Heal as well. Deadly Flourish is going to connect, though. And now the Troll King has made his way forward. Viper is just dead. 4th shot to the noggin. And Dr. is going to claim it. Great position there from Cuz. Maybe, like, if we put it to a vote, I would vote yes. Delight is minioning his way forward as life cannot get any worse. Here for Perfect. He has to flash, and he flashes into the snare. Viper collects a kill for himself at the same time. Kaiser is on a huge winning streak, and maybe this is foreshadowing.
I want to watch the replay because I want to see the timing on that read.
It did look like he read the flash, right?
I mean, he definitely read the flash, but it felt like he threw like well before the flash.
Oh, and then it was just a flash into it.
No, but like he just read it so well. It felt like it was such a good read.
Vision is getting cleared out, but Banana Brush control going to be there for KT. As the pillar goes down, Delight could be in a little trouble, but there is the Cataclysm. Pop Blossom onto 2, though, is big as the Killer Instinct from Viper is there, but the bullets will rain true. That's going to be a trade. Jungler for support, though. HLE probably still happy as Perfect getting in amongst it as Delight gets a big heal, and the Deadly Flourish is going to keep him alive. Peanut just going to die. That is the Scion collecting one. Zeus is going crazy in this fight, but Doctom even more so takes down the Aatrox, and they will be able to collect their prize. Is almost the Void Seeker to find it, but it does not happen, as it looks like they are just going to take one.
Auto people and heal a third of my health bar.
Well, that might be exactly what he's going to do, as Pop Blossom, yes. Death Ray to come on through there as well, as Delight getting targeted here by Doctom. Peanut taking so, oh my god, he's just dead. Subjugate kills him. It's a 3-man shockwave, but where is everyone else? Ox, what the heck? You are watching. I'm watching you watching. And it's another Chemtech Soul. Zeus stays alive for a long time. He was probably screaming, fight, fight, fight. But what he did there was die, die, die.
Yep, he ran out of health, try to heal.
As 1-0-4 on this Victor. As Killer Instinct Wei is likely just dead. There he goes. Doctom is also going to get punished. Why did this happen? One more auto. He gets the barrier to keep himself alive, and then he's just dead to the Jarvan. So 1 for 2. And yeah, HLE back on the board in a pretty big way. Is nothing too much else going to come from it, as a Jarvan behind the Jhin is making me nervous, and Doctom should be nervous as well, as this turret not going to save him even a little bit. But the same thing's going to happen here to Zekka on the top side of the map. Anything you can do, I can do the same, says KT. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. He wants the crab. And the Pop Blossom is going to find him. The immediate flash out, though, as there's the knock-up. And I think Cuz will be dead. Yep, no Subjugate going to save you there. And HLE, they set the trap, and it springs real nice.
There's the payoff, you know. They managed to get Doctom, easy target without the summoners. Cuz is a follow-up, though. That trade 1-for-1 wasn't really too meaningful. The finding Cuz was enough to get them this Herald bullets. And then
reloads for the rest of the team fight. Oh, I've seen this play before. Doctom still doesn't have flash. As Peanut goes pretty deep, Perfect's going to turn up as Viper, oh my goodness, actually almost survives. The fully charged Q comes down, and it's BDD that gets the kill. Killing spree for the Victor. And it was almost great news, but the trade of 80 carries makes the Victor even more scary.
Yeah, the timer there. Doctom's flash was nearly up, not quite available.
Quickly, let's see whether Cuz can get on in there. As Zeus moves over, immediately dashes out. Pop Blossom onto only 1 as Peanut has made it through. Cuz going to be the focus, does have that Subjugate and will get taken down as Delight is also dead. The Arcane Storm getting larger and larger as Zeus trying to get himself out of here as the death rate does come on through. They're distracted by the Drake, but KT is distracted by the Aatrox. Bullets raining, and he actually collects him. Peanut is going to be able to secure the Dragon, though, so HLE walk away with at least that.
This is one of the things with the Jhin coming back from death, is the fact that not only did he die sooner than Viper, but he has Ghost Blade for the extra movement speed, and Jhin can impact the fight from so much further away with his root, with his ult. So Doctom, it doesn't matter that he wasn't there initially for the fight. He's able to join, secure that CC, and that gives them the confidence to start this up. They are a tanky team, and Cuz will heal up if they finish the Adakan, so they decide to start it off. HLE, a lot of tools were invested there. They have to try and prevent this.
Well, Zeus coming in for a flank angle here as Perfect is relatively low. BDD is cornered off, throws down the ulti here as there's the ball. So it connects onto the entire backline. Doctom, it's a decent flash, but they're falling one after the other. KT get disintegrated. It's a triple kill for Viper, and the HLE team fight in this game as well. Just better.
Delight just finds his way in. Peanuts causing a ruckus, distracting BDD, and then Nico finds the angle, finds the knockup, and delivers a swift blow to KT.
Oh man, once again, it was close until it was over. It's kind of what it feels like. In the last game, I guess it felt a little closer because there were Hextech Souls being thrown around and weird stuff that was happening, but oh man, that was a backbreaker. His tower back towards the top side, but the Dragon is not something that KT are going to be fighting for. It's just going to be taken here by Viper. No real response. 3 items already done for this Kai'Sa, and Doctor's ability to have fun in this series is over. It's just not a thing anymore.
I mean, he is just under 2 levels down.
That's a
They're
good
doing
point.
a lot of that right now. Not so much good at fighting in this position, so they will run away, but their base will be forfeit, at least that tier 2 tower.
Yeah, not going to be able to defend that one. They do have a lot of vision around the Baron, so that is at least something that they will have tabs on.
Also a question.
Well, they need to try and get Jhin into position here.
It's just gone.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to do anything to answer this. They do set up the curtains, but Delight, we'll see whether he moves on over. He's going to look for the opportunity. Doctom only gets 2 bullets off. As the Baron was taken, Perfect tries to get in there, but there's the Cataclysm onto BDD. They know exactly who to target, but the flash out is immediate, and Peanut is in a lot of trouble, but there goes Doctom. No answer. Wei is just going to get exploded, and Viper just walks towards BDD. Zaya stands in front. It's another triple for the Kai'Sa, making him double-digit kills here in this game. And Perfect just going to get run down. He'll just be a quadra kill hit. Never mind. It is, in fact, Peanut that locks down the ace. And that's a clean one. Baron's now in tow, and I think HLE just end the game.
Yep, I don't think there's much you can do in this situation. No one left to defend apart from Wei spawning in 5. I mean, Doctom's up in 10. Can they even hold? They're so strong, so far ahead.
I mean, it's at least 2 inhibitors.
You know, it's maybe that base doesn't die right now, but
it's metaphorically dead.
Yeah.
The game is somewhat concluded, as that's always a little bit troll when the back animation is triggered by the clone.
Incidentally died.
Yeah, it's like an accidental whoops, he's dead. As all right, Deadly Flourish is at least going to slow down Zeka momentarily, but KT, I mean, it's metaphorically over. Now it might be really over. Shockwave going to connect on top of Delight. That was a cute ball delivery system. As the inhibitor goes down, down goes both of the carries. So KT completely out of damage. Now, Zeka might be dead because there is, of course, Nexus turrets, but maybe he's just capable of ignoring those as well. As even Zeka with 2.5 items is running the show here, and Wei and Cuz just have to watch as their Nexus explodes. HLE looking so good here in this game against KT.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.